Hello, my crafty friends. It's me, Lisa, the DIY Diva, and I am back with a few more spring projects for you, not only to help you get ready for Easter, but lots of different ideas for spring. And yes, all of these projects were made with things that I found at Dollar Tree. So let's get ready to craft some fun Easter and spring DIYs. I thought I would start this off with something really easy. I found this at the at-home store and it was $8.99. But I found some that look really similar on Pottery Barn for around $80. So I wanted to see if I could get that Pottery Barn look for less. And I got these at the at-home store as well, and they were $2.99 a piece, which is a fantastic deal. So I cut them down so they would fit into this little pot. And look at that. Isn't that pretty? But because I wanted to do something for spring, I took some floral foam, I put it into the pot, and then I used some Dollar Tree moss and a few of these really pretty lilacs that I got at Dollar Tree as well. I was so excited when I found these at my local Dollar Tree that I had to get them and use them in a project. So to make this look fuller and a little more realistic, I cut each of the stems off. So there were 5 stems on each of the plants, and I wasn't sure exactly how many of the stems I would need. So I got several of these from Dollar Tree and just put them in one at a time, each piece, until I got the look that I was going for. And I like pots like this because you can do so many different things. So I have this pot in my living room right now, and you can see it does have some different flowers in it, but the flowers are very easily changed. So I can put any type of flower that I want into this pot, and I think it looks really nice. And I really like this soft blue color. I think this is perfect for spring, but I just wanted one so I could see if I could dupe the look that Pottery Barn had. Now I had these wooden hearts that I've had for a while and I wanted to use them up. So I thought it would be fun to see if I can make a little table or a riser with these hearts. So I took 4 of them and using some Dollar Tree wood glue, I glued the hearts together. I thought it would be fun to make this look like a daisy or a big flower. And right now it kind of looks like a shamrock, doesn't it? Then I had this little glass bowl. I think I got this on Amazon, and I used some B7000 to secure it to the bottom of the hearts. And next I came back with a Dollar Tree bowl. This is one of their little acrylic bowls, and I secured that to the bottom as well. So now I have this cute little riser that I'm going to be able to use in my decorating. But again, I wanted to make this look like a flower, so I came back with some spackle because I want to fill in all of those seams between each of the hearts. I don't want this to look like something that I just pieced together, and putting the spackle on top really makes the top look more cohesive, not like a bunch of wooden hearts that I glued together. Although, you know, thinking about it, I think that would be really pretty if you stained them. I think that actually would look really nice. But I wanted to paint the top of my riser, so I used some Dixie Belle chalk paint in the color Fluff. So this is a very white color. And I did a coat on the top, then a coat on the bottom. Then I came back and did one more coat on the top. And once that had dried, I thought it would be really pretty to make this really look like a springtime flower. So I just painted a yellow circle in the center, and then I came back with another coat of the white paint and kind of drug a little bit of that yellow into the white to give it a little bit of something extra so that it didn't look like a circle painted in the center of my riser. And then I allowed it to dry, and I came back with a coat of Mod Podge. Now this is a spray Mod Podge, and this will give this piece a high gloss appearance, which is what I wanted. And I love how this turned out. I think this is so pretty. It was so easy to do, and I can use this in my spring decorating now, and I think I can even use it in my summer decorating later on. I love all the different types of candlesticks that you can get at Dollar Tree. So I'm going to take these plastic planters and I'm going to take my B7000 and I'm going to secure the planter on top of the candlesticks. If you're new to crafting, B7000 glue is very similar to E6000, but I really like the consistency of it and it comes out very easily from the tube. I also like the precision tip that it has because I don't have to use a whole lot of the glue. And at first I thought I wanted to spray paint these little plant stands that I made, but in the end I decided it would be better if I painted them. So I brought them back into my craft room and I painted the bases or the candlesticks black, which was kind of an extra step because one of the candlesticks was already black. But that's okay, that's kind of how crafting goes sometimes, isn't it? And I wanted to make the planters have a little bit of a different look. So I painted them with some gray paint. And then I decided, I think I really want this to be more of a terracotta color. So I came back and painted the planters with the terracotta acrylic paint. And when that was dry, I came back and dry brushed a little bit just to add a little bit of texture to the planters. Then all I had to do was set my plants inside of the terracotta planters, and that's pretty much it. Like all of my projects, this was a really easy project to do, and I really like how it turned out. You could do any color you wanted to on these planters, but I definitely think that by adding the candlestick base to the plastic planters really elevates the look a little bit and makes it look a little more high-end. And of course, I still have a few Easter crafts that I wanted to share with you. So I have this Dollar Tree egg, and what I did was paint it white, and then I put a coat of Mod Podge onto the egg and I allowed it to dry. Now I'm coming back with some blue scrapbooking paper. This is kind of a navy blue color, and I'm gonna put this on the bottom of my egg. So my Mod Podge has already dried, so I'm going to take my tiny little heat press and using a Teflon sheet on top of the scrapbooking paper, I'm just going over the paper with my heat press. This is a really simple way to get that decoupage look without putting the Mod Podge on top of the paper so you don't get wrinkles. The heat press will reactivate that Mod Podge and it secures the paper nicely to your project. And I wanted to see if this would work with a napkin as well. So I took a blue printed napkin, put that on the top portion of the egg, and repeated the process. And you know what? It worked. So not only can you use the heat press on scrapbooking paper, but you can also use it on napkins for easy decoupage. And the best part of doing it like this is you don't have to be careful. Yay! Next, I came back with some Dollar Tree wood glue and some blue ribbon. I put the ribbon to cover the two different materials that are on the egg. Next, I made a tiny little bow to put onto the ribbon that's already on the egg, but I wanted to have some tails, so I cut two separate pieces of the ribbon and I dovetailed the ends, and then I used my hot glue gun to individually glue them to the egg. I did pick up a little bit of the ribbon so that it's going to look like it's kind of ruffled, I guess. And then I just attached the bow, and this is the finished project. I love how this turned out. I really like these eggs from the Dollar Tree. They stand up on their own. They're super pretty, and there are so many different things that you can do with them. Now, this was a really pretty picture that I found online and I thought would make a really nice addition to my springtime decor. So I printed it out with my printer and then I cut out the picture. It was a little bit larger than the box that I had, 5 inches by 5 inches, I think. And I did the same thing, put Mod Podge on, let it dry. Then I came back with my heat press and the Teflon sheet, and I secured the printed picture to the frame or the Dollar Tree wooden box. Then when that was secured, I came back with my tiny hand sander and just sanded off the edges. So now the picture is completely attached to the Dollar Tree wood box. But I wanted it to be a little bit brighter, so I came back with some acrylic markers and literally just colored in all of the flowers. I tried to keep the colors the same and just brighten up the colors of the flowers a little bit with the acrylic markers. It was pretty fun to add different colors to the flowers and really make this copy paper look more vibrant. And see what it looks like when it's all done? I added a light coat of Mod Podge, the spray-on high gloss Mod Podge, to make it look even brighter. And I love how this turned out. This is so cute. It's such a pretty Easter print, very vibrant, very colorful, and it was an easy addition for my springtime Easter decor. Now I have another Dollar Tree wooden bunny that I painted white, and you guessed it, I put Mod Podge all over it. And then I found this print on Creative Fabrica and I secured it to the bunny using my heat press again. When I learn how to do something new, I tend to make a lot of crafts with that new process. And I am loving adding different prints and things to wood pieces like this using the Mod Podge and the heat press. It is so much fun to do and it's really easy. So then I cut the print down so that it's closer to the size of the bunny. And I used my heat press just a little bit more to really make sure it was secured. And then I came back with my mini sander and I sanded away all of the excess paper. To me, this is a lot easier than trying to cut out the paper to make it match the piece exactly. By using that tiny hand sander, I'm able to do the same thing and I get a better look. Since I had painted the bunny white, I didn't really like that on the edge, so I came back with some navy acrylic paint and I painted the outline of the rabbit with the navy paint. If you're going to do something like this, ultimately it's your decision of what you want the project to be. If you would like it to be white around the edges, that's fine, keep it white. Or depending on what type of a print you use for the bunny, I think that's going to determine what the outline color is. So that was why I decided to go with the navy. I think it looks really nice and it definitely gives a little more definition to the rabbit as well. Now I couldn't decide if I wanted to put a bow on the bunny or not, and for now I decided just to keep it plain, but looking at it, I think it would look really nice with a bow. What do you think? If you did this project, would you put a bow on the bunny or would you leave it just like this? I have another Dollar Tree Easter egg, and these are the bigger ones. And I did a video showing you a lot of different ways that you can make over these Easter eggs. And believe it or not, there are so many ways to make over these eggs. So I'm going to use my mini sander and I'm just going to smooth all of the edges of this egg. And I'm going to be using the back side of the egg. So I'm going to take some white acrylic paint and I'm going to paint the egg white. I did make sure to get the little sides too, because if those are showing, I want those to be white. I don't want any of that original brown color to show through. Now I found this print on Creative Fabrica and I thought it was so pretty and I thought it would be perfect for this egg. And this is why I painted the egg white, because the background of this picture is white. And by having the white background of the egg, this will make it easier so that the white background from the print will blend into the egg without having to cut out the print exactly. I think you can see that looks really pretty. And of course I did put the Mod Podge on the egg already. Then I put my Teflon sheet over the print and used my mini heat press to secure the print to the egg. And I wanted to add a little bit of something extra to the egg, so I had these pink flowers and I thought they would look really pretty at the top of the egg. So I just cut off the individual flowers themselves and using my hot glue gun, I secured them to the top of the egg. And while I am watching this video, I'm looking at those flowers and thinking how pretty it would be to have one of these Easter eggs completely covered with the flowers. Next, I came back with some greenery stems and I cut off individual leaves. I just tucked individual leaves into the flowers kind of underneath to make it look like it was a part of the flower itself. And I did use different colors of leaves. So I have some darker green ones, kind of an olive green, I guess. And I also had these, they're kind of a sage green. I believe these are lamb's ear. I put some of those on as well. And I just kept adding random greenery pieces until I was happy with how this looked. I wanted it to look like the flowers are resting on top of the egg. And I did want to put a bow on top of the egg as well. So I had this really pretty ribbon that I found on Temu, I believe, but it was a little bit too wide for the bow that I wanted to make. So I did cut it down a little bit and then I just made a bow. I probably could have tied a bow, but again, I'm not really good at tying bows. This is my weak area, is bows. So I basically took all of the pieces of a bow and made a bow. And I decided I wanted the bow to be on top of the floral part of this egg. So I attached the bow to a large craft stick and then I glued it to the back of the egg. So the bow looks like it is just sitting on top of the flowers that are on the top of the egg. And I did want to add a hanger and I used some jute twine and just secured that to the back of the egg. I like making hangers like this because there's some play in it and it makes it easier to be able to hang it. Even if it's not perfectly in the center of the project, I have a little bit more wiggle room to be able to hang this egg up and have it be straight. I did put some cardboard over top of the jute and secured that in place with some hot glue as well. And here it is, the finished decoupage egg. I think this is so pretty. I really do love this print. I will leave a link in the description box below. I got it on Creative Fabrica and it's just so pretty and definitely spring-like. And I just love the bunny. It's so happy. It's just so pretty. Now I saw this really pretty hanger at Dollar Tree, but I didn't like how the home is going down. I wanted it to go across, so I guess horizontally instead of vertically. So I removed all of the beads from the strand that it was on. And then I had this plaque style sign. I don't even remember where I got it and I had stained it. And I thought it would be really pretty to have the letters home on the front of it. But I wasn't sure if the home would fit. So I tested it out and I'm happy to say that those lettered beads along with the little brown beads fit perfectly. So then I took my favorite Dollar Tree wood glue and I secured each of those beads to the wooden plaque. If you don't have wood glue, you could use hot glue, but it's been my experience when I put hot glue onto beads like this, onto a different surface, they do come off easier. But with the Dollar Tree wood glue, it does make it a permanent bond. I think one of the things that drew me to this home sign the most was the sage green color of the cutout circles or circle beads with the lettering. I just love that color. Definitely gives me a spring vibe and it's something so simple but so pretty. I think that there are a lot of different ways that you could use this in your decorating. And at first I thought about maybe putting a stake on it so I could put it out in my yard, or I could put a hanger on it and have it just hanging up. Or I could just use a plate rack and have it be a part of my decor. And yes, it is something very simple, but I just love things like this. And I love how I can go to Dollar Tree and find different things. And it really just gets my brain thinking and moving and trying to figure out how I'm going to use this in my own decorating. So I encourage you to get creative and think of something that you could make for your home decorating this year. Especially if you can find things like this at Dollar Tree, what have you got to lose? I hope that you've enjoyed these projects as much as I've enjoyed making them for you. And if you like this video, go ahead and click that subscribe button and click the bell notification so you'll get an alert when I have new videos coming out. And I have to tell you, I have something very exciting that I'm going to be doing on the first day of spring. So it's either going to be March 21st or March 22nd. I haven't decided yet, but I'm going to do 24 hours of crafting videos. I know this is so crazy, but I want to share 24 crafts with you in one day. So a 24-hour day, you're going to get 24 videos. So I would encourage you, go ahead and subscribe now, encourage your friends to subscribe, and be on the lookout for the marathon videos that are going to start on hopefully March 21st. Thanks so much for watching today's video, and I can't wait to share my next video with you real soon.